Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and we are just a little over a year into the Josh Heupel era at Tennessee. When Josh Heupel stepped to the podium, when he was introduced, he promised a fast, an up-tempo. He offered an exciting brand of football. Here we are just a little over a year later, and we got just that. Set the single season record for scoring, the turnaround of Hendon Hooker, the PlayStation and Xbox type numbers that this football team was putting up all year long. How about the turnaround of Cedric Tillman from 8 catches to 1,000 yards, from 3 years to 1 year? The production has increased across the board. One thing is for certain, Josh Heupel may not work out at Tennessee. He may not be the guy, but as of right now, it is proven this offense works. This offense is fun. This offense is exciting, but there's also a way to stop this offense, and that is the fainting goats. The Ole Miss fainting goats playing dead all over the field, faking injuries. Well, it sounds like the NCAA is going to address that. We'll get into it and discuss it. For all you haters, for all you trolls that are rolling in here because of the thumbnail and you're denying it, you're saying that's not the case, it's football, injuries happen. Let me just go ahead and show you Exhibit A.
Go down. Go down. Telling Jonathan Hess to take a seat instead of coming off the field. And there you go, Stinch. What's that about?
Oh, my God. We should leave it at that.
Okay.
We should close with that. That is the mind blower of mind blowers.
Good. I think that's all the evidence we need, but we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what the NCAA is going to look at, what they can do moving forward. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. Just click that little thumbs up. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. If you enjoy the content, if you enjoy the channel, it's a way that you can support us. Hit that thumbs up. Also, if you're new, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we are fans just like you. So if you enjoy what we do, make sure you do go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Indy Kid and Dauber will be live tonight, immediately following the basketball game. Join them for the post-game show. Also, Sunday evening, myself and the Indy Kid will be going live doing our 2022 baseball season preview. So make sure you join us for that. Let's jump into the article. This is over at RockyTopInsider.com, written by Rick Butler. It says, injury faking fix reportedly prioritized by NCAA Rules Committee. Goes on to say here, one of the most common complaints from the 2021 college football season was around the act of faking injuries. Throughout the season, in specific moments, defensive players would fake an injury on the field to buy his team some extra time to either prepare or rest. And while, yes, this isn't a brand new issue, it's become one of the league's most substantial issue as teams like Tennessee start playing faster and faster on offense. Again, we all know that's what Josh Heupel wants to do. It's what he told us he was going to do. It's what he's done all year long. They got faster and faster. This offense thrives on chaos, and teams like Ole Miss, teams like Kentucky found a way to exploit that by faking these injuries. It goes on to say here, according to a report from Nicole Auerbach of The Athletic on Monday, Steve Shaw, the national director of officials, told The Athletic that faking injuries is going to be a big topic at the next meeting of the NCAA Rules Committee on March the 1st. Here's the quote from Shaw. It says, obviously, we want to take feigning injuries out of the game. It's a bad look for the game. It's an integrity issue. Surprise, surprise. Who was in the clip to open the show when you talk about integrity? The quote goes on to say, if you have feigned an injury, it garners an unmerited timeout for your team. We're really looking at what's the next step to move away from that. And that's my question for you guys in the comments section. What is the next step? You know, there's been suggestions of penalties for faking injuries. I don't see how that is possible, how you could really justify that. How do you determine if it's legit or not? A lot of times you can, as the clip we saw there with Lane Kiffin, when you've got a coach 5 yards out onto the field yelling at a player to get down. That's clear. That's obvious what's taking place. But at other times, it's not so obvious. You know, how do you determine if a player has a true cramp or if they've tweaked a knee? I don't think you can really penalize a team for that, but what you can do is force players to sit out. So again, hit that comment section with your suggestions. How should they fix this? But Is it a matter of you sit out for X number of plays? Is it a matter of you sit out the rest of the drive? Because and also, who's going to track this? Are you going to have an official that's writing down the player's number, what play they got injured on, and they're going to sit there and track that before the player can come back into the game? Seems like a lot of work, but the NCAA has to figure this out and get it corrected moving forward. The article here says, ultimately, if a player goes down while on defense, the team then essentially gets a free timeout to check on the player. While people aren't calling for less attention to injuries, it's an unfair disadvantage for a team that is moving the ball with pace and tempo on offense. For Tennessee specifically, the VAWLS offense is one that wants to keep the defense on their heels and behind mentally. However, if their opponent gets a free 60-second break due to an injury every fourth play, it allows them to unfairly collect themselves. We saw it time and time and time again. Forget just rattling off here the examples coming up, the Kentuckys, the Purdues, the Ole Miss. It was every single team, and obviously it seemed more exaggerated when the game's on the line. Tennessee has the ball late with an opportunity to tie or go ahead. The injuries seem to really start to pile up at key points in the game. Article goes on to say, certainly there are more than two. Tennessee fans will remember two instances in particular where teams were accused of faking injuries while the Vols were on offense, against Kentucky and against Purdue in the Music City Bowl. After both instances, Heupel spoke about his reactions during the respective post-game press conferences. It says, while the Vols were on the road against Kentucky, Wildcat defenders were often going down during the final Tennessee drive on offense. While it is always difficult to address the severity of a player from TV or the stands, there did seem to be instances of players faking injuries. Here's the quote from Heupel. It says, at times I think people do that. In this football game, we've moved the ball with tempo, and guys end up finding a way to go down and allowing substitutions to happen or just change the momentum of the football game. And that's where people come along, and they call this Josh Heupel offense a gimmick. You know, they don't give it legitimacy, because when you do slow down the speed of play, there isn't as much success. But it's part of the game. You have to figure out a way to defend it, and laying down on the field is not a way to defend it. Let's go on and hear the quote here from Josh Heupel after the Purdue game.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is the officials wanted that tonight. I thought that was pretty comical that they came up and said that to me.
They said they wanted a rule change?
Yeah, they think there needs to be a rule change.
Josh Heupel thinks it's comical because the officials of the Music City Bowl felt like there needs to be a rule change as well. Again, recapping, NCAA going to meet. They're going to get together on March the 1st, and that'll be one of the items at the top of the list. You guys hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what the fix is to get this thing corrected moving forward. I think Josh Heupel in this offense, they're only going to see more success. If the NCAA gets this figured out and they get it right, they're only going to be more successful as we move forward. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, you can check out the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We've got merchandise themed for each sports, but then we've also got retro logos, state pride logos, hats, toboggans, water bottles, coffee mugs, anything you could possibly want. But again, any and all support greatly appreciated. It's bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. And again, Indie Kid Dauber live tonight. Myself and the Indie Kid live Sunday night. Maybe do a joint stream. I'll get together and kind of talk about the state of Tennessee football right now. Some of you guys that went back and watched the Fall of the VAWLS series, I encourage you to watch that. It's in the playlist if you didn't catch that. It's how Tennessee went from a national championship in 98 to firing multiple coaches until they finally stumbled upon Josh Heupel, and we called it the rise of the Vols. So we may do an update with that. Just let me know what you guys want. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.